Presidential speech. Purported 573 billion naira disbursement to states predates Tinubu's government. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got in ears this morning. As our headline for this morning says here, presidential speech, purported 573 billion naira disbursement to states predates Tinubu's government. Well, the 573 billion purportedly increased to states by President Bola Tinubu announced during his nationwide broadcast last Sunday was a World Bank funded program to mitigate the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, the funds also predate the current administration, even though the president said during the broadcast that over 570 billion naira has been released to the 36 subnational governments to expand livelihood support to vulnerable citizens. Also, more than 570 billion naira has been released to the 36 states to expand livelihood support for their citizens, while 600,000 nano businesses have benefited from our nano grant. An additional 400,000 more nano businesses are expected to benefit, Tinubu had said. Well, Bookcheck reveals that claims that the federal government released 573 billion naira to the 36 state governor to address hunger and hardship is not factual, as it was not free money but a loan from the Global Bank. Many Nigerians, including a senior lawyer, Mr. Femi Falana, SAN, a human rights crusader and share of alliance in surviving COVID-19 and beyond, have since the announcement challenged state and the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) to explain how they spent 573 billion naira. However, he admitted that the program started before now with the disbursement of 112 billion naira by the Muhammadu Buhari administration to states and FCT to fight poverty. He says that the last tranche of 438 billion was part of the World Bank loan of $750 million, which will be paid back by the Nigerian people as represented by their governor. However, it was understood that the claims, which have come in different forms, all unfairly directed at allegedly setting the people against governors, were not entirely true. In actual fact, the money came from the World Bank. The federal government was merely a channel of disbursement of the loan, since states cannot access their own foreign loans. Also, it is totally incorrect to say the federal government gave states 573 billion naira to cushion hardship occasioned by reforms embarked upon by this government. The disbursements are in phases and predated this government. A highly placed source said the NG Cares Community Action for Resilience and Economic Stimulus program began in 2020 to 2021 as a World Bank funded initiative to cushion effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on the people, especially smallholding farmers, businesses, and vulnerable households, among others. The objective of the NG Cares was to expand access to livelihood support and food security services and grants for poor and vulnerable households and firms. However, for clarity, checks reveals that the World Bank program for results interventions involve states and the FCT investing their funds, producing results in line with agreed protocol, and getting reimbursed after an independent ratification exercise. The money it was gathered came from the World Bank in relevant pre-qualifying requirements and not from the central government, as announced by the president. And that is not all what I can say for you concerning this headline today this morning, which says here that the presidential speech purported 573 billion naira disbursement to states predates Tinubu's government. So things are really happening in this country. And before I move on, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, you can do well to tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a like on this video to get more updates concerning this particular news in the near future to come. Well, concerning all these airline statements, it says that the 573 billion naira purportedly released to states by the President of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, announced during his nationwide speech last Sunday was a World Bank funded program to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. So if Tinubu told you that the money came from the Central Bank of Nigeria, no, it was World Bank money. It was a World Bank funded program to mitigate the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Because people were like, where did the government saw 570 billion naira? Well, the funds also predate the current administration, even though the president said during his broadcast that over 570 billion naira has been released to 36 sub-national governments to expand life food support to vulnerable citizens. The goal of TINUBU was to use that 570 billion naira just to bring people out of poverty concerning this whole end bad governance, things are hard, all those stuff that people were protesting about. Well, according to him, TINUBU says that the money was supposed to be used to expand live food support for our citizens, while 600,000 nano businesses have benefited from our nano grant, and an additional 400,000 more nano businesses are expected to benefit from this same money. And board checks revealed that claims that the federal government released that kind of money to 36 state governors to address hunger and hardship is not factual, as it was not free money but a loan from the Global Bank. Yes, it was not free money, it was actually a loan from the World Bank. So people should just, like, now you know. That is just what I'm just telling you guys. Now you know. The money ain't free money. But looking at the comment section that I have here, Balogun says that it is high time the masses start to hold their governors into ransom. They are just collecting money meant to take care of people in their state, but rather use them traveling abroad, enjoying as if they are alpha and omega. EFCC should try all means to call and question what they use the money for, as the House of Committee once they ask questions and pretend to harass them on social media. You won't hear anything again. We want a working EFCC that will make the government so fully show what they use the money for. That is true. That is true. I like that comment from this person. Yes. It was said here that the state government that they gave the money to, denied having that kind of money. They denied it. Nobody received any loans from the government and stuff, and that's not the type of Nigeria that we want. It is high time that we all these politicians that are just embezzling our money, it is high time the ACC actually do something about it. What do you guys think? Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, then tap the subscribe button as the big red one with the notification bell, so that anytime I have any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.